Thank you.
Kylie.
Hey, Kylie. So maybe what I'll do is I'll start with creating an order, creating a transfer order, and then a shipment and a receipt. And then I'll show you the key attributes that the message is looking for so that you know you're clear on that aspect. And then we can discuss if there is anything which needs to be clarified from a data conversion side of things. Right.
Yep,
So what I'll,
that was
yeah,
great.
One second,
yeah,
Julie. You know that you have the transaction identifier on the SDM in your email. That is a 17 character.
Yeah.
Now that transaction identifier, I don't think so that is being used anywhere. That is only generated by TOEI for the support purpose. So that will be unique every time for each, unless I'm reading, it's incorrect, but that's what we.
yeah. I mean, even I don't see anything 17 character long in ORI side. It's either 12 or 30. So yeah,
So that that
transfer order.
transaction identifier, Julie, is I shouldn't say, but it's a made up field or not being used by the integration.
Oh, okay. I thought I
Yeah.
saw it on the consumer.
Um, Transaction identifier. Let me just have a look. Okay, I'll have a look, but I'm pretty sure that they were added for support purpose only.
Okay. So what I'll quickly create, Julie, I'll quickly create a transaction so that you know you're clear on what needs to be sent to ORI via the integration, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just creating a transfer. So this will be the transfer order number, and it is from a warehouse to a store, and this is the item, and I'll pass 7 quantity, right? So this is the transfer order. So this is a straightforward, and TSF number is 12 character 12. Yeah, it's a numeric field and it is, yeah, 12 digit. So it's not 17 and it's numeric. So I'll just create a transfer order for it. So when we create the transfer order, it goes and sits in a table called, yeah, TSF head. So this is the from location, this is the to location. And by default, it's a manual requisition transfer. And we can see the details in TSF detail table.
What's the
So
TSF number?
yeah, this is the number that I passed as part of this. So I'm not sure via the
Transfer
integration
order
what we
number.
are mapping. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
Is
that,
it the identifier for the transfer order?
Yes.
yes,
Well, your sample data has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters.
yeah.
so I'm just,
That looks completely different. So
sorry, this one.
yeah, it looks completely different to your sample data in the SDM.
I'm not sure what is the
I'm
sample
just having a
data
look.
there.
I'm just having a look of that. What's in the?
Why would you look there? Because that's the old one.
Okay.
Why would you even be looking in any of these pages on here?
No, I just wanted to see the canonical model. So just to show you what is expected out of Oracle Retail.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
I'll not even go.
transfer. That's a transfer order identifier mapping to the TSF underscore number NO.
Okay, so that's our order number.
Correct. That is the order number.
And this is 12 digits, right? So it's not 17.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the order. Now I'll move on to the shipment. So I'll use the same. So when we do the shipment, I'll just put a business object number. So this is the from location. So there is something called one more thing. Oracle uses the same XSD for both purchase order and transfer order. So there will be some attributes in the XML which will be misleading, like say for example the ASN number. So whatever ASN number that we are putting here is nothing but the BOL number for a transfer. If it is a transfer, if it is a transfer order, it will be considering this as the BOL number. So I'm just giving a BOL hyphen 029 here, and this is 30 characters long, right?
Yeah.
And I'm mapping the distro number to be the actual transfer order number. And this is a doc type T, means it's a transfer. And I'm creating a carton, which is 029, and this is the item, and I'm shipping the whole 7 quantity. From this position is ATS, which means it will reduce from the available to sell.
So the distro number there, that's your,
Transfer order number,
okay.
which is 12.
which is 12.
So that's okay. Ours are 8, but it does give us those extra 4 characters if we're for cross-stocking, trying to create some unique.
Whereas the sample data on the SDM field is 9 characters.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. The SDM doesn't really have like the maximum length, does it? We rely on what the sample data looks like.
Yes.
So Manish, where we are just giving sample data based on the sample XML, or we are putting the max number, do you know?
You mean on the STM?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. May have got one of the examples from somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like Amit or you would have got some sample XML from
Yeah.
our team, and then yeah, you would have just populated, right? Yeah. So it's not really looking at the max digits, Julie.
Yeah, sometimes I've gone into the canonical mapping just to see, or the consumer end to see how big things are. Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Okay.
a disconnect between the STM and what's like it's not possible to add those things on the STM.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
No.
As a rule.
But the rule cannot be ORI specific. You see, that has to be.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's that is a real challenge that we just can't get over that thing.
No, it's okay because it should be on the consumer mapping page, should it not?
It should be, but you said that's where the problem is, that you have to look at which one do you look, the STM or the consumer. But let's go ahead, Vinod.
Yeah.
That's just a
Yeah, I've
separate.
just shipped it out because yeah, it might take some time. So I'm just.
So I think in our STM, we've both got in the receipt, I think we've got the ASN and the bill of lading, but
Yeah.
I think it'll only use the ASN by the sound of it, but we'll
Yeah.
see
So
that when we get to the end.
But we need
Yeah.
a map between something that matches between the transfer receipt and transfer shipment. That's
I'll
why we
show you
added the
the-
bill of lading in there.
For the transfer receipt and the shipment, we won't have the ASN for those ones. We don't have so transfer shipment is ASN out, essentially the in ORI term.
Yep.
So
That's why we asked for the bill of lading to be added, so we had a matching field for them to match up.
Yeah, so do we not have that?
Yes. We've got bill of lading on both the shipment and the
Yeah.
receipt.
Yeah.
But the ASN's only on the receipt. But yeah, somewhere it said the documentation says it must match, the ASN must match the bill of lading on the transfer shipment.
Yes, so that you see that's where the, because different fields or different places, or I call the same number differently.
Can you
What
say
it
that
does
again?
is-
Because that made no sense. Sorry.
Yeah, it does not. Is that when you pass a number, I have to remind myself which one is that number. So let's say in the transfer shipment, you pass the ASN number. Okay, let's say ABC 123. But in ORI, it stores and in the field called BOL number, or it could be vice versa.
Yeah, the reason why that, because it's the same XSD, right? As I said, for receipts and shipment, it uses the same XSD. So that's why you'll see ASN number and a like container and everything here.
So which
For
one are you on?
Yeah, what
No,
which
no,
one are you on?
I'm still on the shipment. I'm just
Oh,
checking here.
shipment.
It does not
So
create
the
any.
shipment doesn't have an ASN number on it.
No, this is the ASN number, right? So
In
ASN number is
ORI, it does by the
yeah.
looks of it.
So whatever you're passing at the ASN number, it will be created in the shipment. It will be created as a BOL number for us if it is a transfer.
So we're going to pass the BOL number, bill of lading, and
Yeah.
the consumer's going to map it to your ASN
number. Yeah, you see, that's what it is. Like it's like there is a slight overlapping between them.
So the bill of lading number, that can have multiple shipments, like we can send the same bill of lading on 5 different messages if there's 5 different items in it.
But does it all belong to the same transfer order or it is different transfer order?
Well, the batch ref or our receipt number that we want to use could have multiple transfers in it. But we'll be sending each one as a separate message. So we could have a BOL-029 that's got a line for a different transfer order. Is that
Yeah,
going to
that's
cause?
fine. That's
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not getting created. Maybe it could be issue with this object ID. There are enough failures in the hospital. It could be that the adapter is down. Yeah, I cannot make the adapter up. I'll just check once again if it is. Yeah. I don't have the URL to make the adapter up. So what I'll do, I'll quickly show you how the receipt message looks like, right? So this is the shipment, right? So shipment has a BOL number and the distro number. So receipting can be done at 2 levels. The one is the SKU level or the other one is the bill of lading level itself. So first I'll show you the SKU level one. So in this case, what it is expecting, if it is a SKU level receipt, whatever transfer order number against which a receipt is happening, it is expecting in the PO number field, right? And the BOL number is expected in the ASN number field. And then the line items, what quantity and which line it is receiving. And if at all you need the from disposition to disposition, that needs to be specified here. And there is another level at which receipting can be done, which is at the bill of lading level. So in this case, you don't need the item level and you don't need the distro number. You just need to pass the BOL number and receipt type will be BL here. So whatever is there in this bill of lading, everything will be received into the system. So if you see here, its a receipt type is SKU level, which means we have to pass the item level details.
So I think we'll be doing the SKU, the SK.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's been built at the consumer end, Manish. Probably the SK.
Just have a look. Is that for the receipting one?
Yeah, transfer receipting.
Yep, one sec.
I might have confused things because I asked for receipt type to be added in the SDM so we could pass the A for adjustment. But it turns out I think it's receipt transaction type. And then the receipt type is SK and BL. So, yeah.
Sorry. So we do it at the bill of lading level for the receipting. Julie?
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's got to be SK.
if you do bill of lading level, that means everything in the BOL will be received at Manish. So you cannot really have a control at an item level.
No, we do have the items as at the line level as well. So we do have the items at the line level. When I say line level, so you have the bill of lading passed at the header level. Okay.
Bill of
Okay.
lading and but the actual receipt type is the receipt type BL or SK.
Should be SK.
Hopefully it's SK.
Receipt type, we only have 3 receipt types, which are receipt, transshipment, or adjustment.
No, and that's where the confusion comes in, because one page I read talked about that being the values for receipt type, and then I found another consumer page which had receipt type of BL and SK, and then receipt transaction type is RT and A.
No, so I never came across like something like BL or RT. So I always had those as at the receipt. So I think it's RT or A. Let me just have a look on the consumer page as well.
Yeah, no, so that's yeah, so that's Vinod, is that what you call the receipt transaction type? Because I think there's one page where it's been cut and pasted wrong in one of the consumer pages. But
Manish, can you share? Yeah, I mean, can you share the consumer page if there is a if some attribute is wrong? Yeah, we need to change that.
Yeah, 1 second. Just get that. Just compare the consumer. Yeah, so that's okay. So this is the page. Let me share it here. And this is the first time I'm hearing about the BL and those things, Vinod. And so this is what we map the things to.
Because it was only the day I scheduled this meeting and was typing the email that I saw the BL and SK in a page somewhere.
So we have a field called line.receipt type, and then we map it to receipt transaction type in ORI.
Yeah. So receipt transaction type is the correct one.
Yeah.
Is receipt type as well as receipt transaction type.
Okay. Yep. Receipt transaction
XA,
type is different.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there's also the receipt type.
You mean the receipt type is a field in ORI?
That
Yeah.
was my understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That is
Yeah,
not
receipt
R, right? R means receipt.
XACTN underscore type. Yeah.
So that the
Okay.
receipt type you have, Vinod, that
Yep.
SK.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is by default, will it always do SK?
So it's not being used, Vinod. Let me just put that thing here.
Okay. No, maybe by default, yeah, by default it will go to SKU level, and only when you specify BL, it will do bill of lading level receipt. I'll put a note to check from my
Which would be
side.
good because, yeah, would be always doing SK. So, I mean, with what I've seen, our receipt, or what we call our batch ref, our receipt number, is the ASN number or the BOL.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the line, we're passing the receipt number. I mean, sorry, the purchase or the transfer order number is there, isn't it? And that SOAP message you had up. This is, oh no,
This is the receipt STM.
STM. So your SOAP message.
Okay.
Yeah, so your site message has got the,
PO
so
number.
that's the PO number, which is the transfer order number. So
Which
we've
is
got
perfect.
one of those.
Yeah. But this
Yeah.
is 12 digits.
That's
Julie?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this
I
is the
went
BOL number.
and the BOL number. So we know where we have to pass those. So we've got
Okay.
separate fields in the STEM. In the receipt, we've probably got BOL and ASN, but we can just put the same value in each. So that's what it needs to match up when we do the receipt, obviously. And we can pass all those things using our batch ref ASN. So then, so from the data migration perspective, Mitt, you were requiring a tracking number that was sort of unique. I was just trying to tie up these numbers that we're looking at with what you need to put into. Is Mitt still here?
Yeah, in the shipment.
Yeah, and for the shipment, and this is all about making sure that ones that have already been shipped can be receipted in. So
I think the one which Smith is referring to is this one, which is the distro number.
No. So the distro number is going to be the transfer order number, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that would be different than the shipment number.
So when you say shipment number, so we've got our ASN number and our BOL number. You're not referring to that, are you?
If you're referring to shipment number, but then shipment number is auto-generated by ORI DB sequence, right? So this is the the previous BOL that I created. So can you pass that again, Met? So we have, so you're converting any transfer orders which are in flight, right? When we do the cutover, you want to know these are the transfers which are for which is already been shipped out from the location but not yet received at the to location, right?
Yeah, just open transfer orders.
Okay. And
So,
then
yeah, so what I'm doing for the data migration at the moment is I'm just populating the transfer order number, or basically I've had a talk with Ludwig and other people from Logic. And for BOL number, I've been informed that that field is not necessary to populate. So I can populate anything in it, either auto incremented numbers or any other value.
But Aaron's put in the extract for you, our batch ref, which was what we're going to be using going forward in integration. So we can give you that number.
yeah, so because it's an in-flight transfer shipment, right? So we are going to expect the receipt post go live, and then it should match up, right? The BOL number should be part of the receipt. So you cannot use any incremental number there. I mean, whatever number that you're
using. We need to link in now with the integration side, Met. It's really important.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to do.
Which field is it that Aaron has sent it in the extract?
So those new repeating columns we added to the end, can you remember what you called them, Aaron? Sorry.
Yeah,
Is there one
so
that's
I've got dispatch number, then transaction ID, bill of lading, and quantity goods in transit.
So bill of lading. I think we stuck the batch ref and bill of lading.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just sending a couple of screenshots.
But you talked about needing some uniqueness. So a bill of lading's potentially got multiple transfer order and lines on them.
Yeah, see the screenshots I've put in there. So the so two different order lines, but that number we're passing through, which is our receipt number or batch reference, that's in the bill of lading field. It's on both. You see it on both lines. So is that not, is that unique enough, or do we need the number that I put into transaction ID will identify, you know, one of those lines there. So if you went back to that one with the two blue lines on it, each of those has a number that identifies that specific line.
And I thought we were passing that transaction ID through to Oracle, but we're not. I think that's the one that Manish was saying is just for us. So, Mitt, you in the past you'd said you needed uniqueness.
For each transfer order, yeah.
And that you for each transfer order, whereas we can have a batch ref can have multiple transfers on it. I mean, a bill of lading can have multiple transfers on it if it's coming out of the automated DC. So that means like the data migrations sort of.
So what we ran
got
into,
some different rules.
we ran into a field length limit, right? Because we were just going to take the order number and the batch number and stick them together, but that was too long. So then I suggested, should we do something sort of algorithmically to encode them into something that is short enough? But if it has to be numeric, that might not work.
But then when we actually do the receipt and integration, we're just going to be passing the batch ref on its own. So Oracle's got to be able to match up using that number. It's like the data migration has sort of got some slightly different rules for creating these transfer shipments than integration. So because integration just needs that raw number and the transfer number in other places. Because if we make some number up that gives Mitt the uniqueness he needs, it's probably not going to match up when the receipt comes in.
Okay. So
it seems weird, and maybe just to stress test what you've been saying about uniqueness. Like, I don't understand how migration can need a level of uniqueness that integration doesn't need. Have we thought that through properly? Because I get why uniqueness is required, but this number isn't in isolation, right? The number has its context with it, right? So the batch number will also have the other information around it, which differentiates it from elsewhere where you might see the same batch number being used.
Yeah, so I think previously when we defined the Oracle retail rules with other logic team from Philippines, we came to a conclusion that we have two tables for shipment and ship SKU.
Yeah.
And in shipment, all of those shipment numbers will have a unique shipment number for each transfer order. And those unique shipment numbers will be repeating it at ship SKU level, at items line level details, because one shipment can have multiple items going from one location to the other. So is that logic correct?
Yes, that is correct, but I'm not sure you're talking about this shipment number because I haven't seen the conversion template for it. So maybe you're referring to the shipment number, right? Which in integration's case will be auto-generated by Oracle Retail.
But it can't be for migration, Vinod. That's the problem these guys have got, right?
So
have I missed something there? Because I think the challenge Mitt's got is he's trying to fill your system as if it filled itself. You know.
So if you only got one number, you can pass Mitt instead of two. Like on integration, Vinod says that number's auto-generated and it's got the BOL as well. It almost sounds like you're trying to get one number to do both.
We can also populate auto-incremented number for shipment, but that will have to be accepted in Oracle Retail, which I haven't, I'm not sure if it works that way.
It can work. Yeah, I'm not sure why it cannot work because it's a DB sequence ultimately, right? So if you have one number to represent the shipment, and if that is unique, And then if there are multiple lines, you just need to make sure when you send it to the ship's queue, you just need to use the same number. Yeah, I'll do one thing. I'll have a word with Ludwig, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'll check with him what was discussed. I mean, in my head, yes, it can be a DB sequence. Yeah.
If it can be auto-generated, then there's no problem.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Let me have a word with him. I'll just take a note. Yep. I'll check with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got our bill of lading in the files that Aaron's generated. We could probably take out some of that other data just so the files are a bit smaller, or unless you want to leave them there because you've already coded to them.
Yeah, I think let's just leave the structure as it is. Otherwise, we'll have to make the changes in the SQL scripts.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Mit, one question. So, when you're converting those in-flight transfer shipments, you're getting the right BOL number, right? You're getting the same batch of number, right?
So before it was auto incremented, but now
Okay.
I'll be picking up bill of lading number.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Yep.
Yep. And you know the transfer number, and yeah, so then the receipt's got everything it knows to match up.
Yeah, I haven't
Yep.
loaded those 4 files into my staging database, but when I'll do it, then I'll just verify it. Because this shipment question was still open, but now it's we'll clarify it and then I'll get back to you on that.
Yep. It's amazing how overused that word shipment is. With ASNs and orders and everything's got shipments. But
so
I think
yeah, just a quick thing as well. I'm also not giving any ASN number in any of the transfer or the data migration side.
it's the same thing.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, as part of conversion, you will be passing the BOL number, right? Yeah. It's just the XSD which is confusing, right? Because in the backend table, there are 2 different columns, so you're good. As long as you're passing the BOL number for transfers.
So that's good for TUI side, but I was just thinking, Brendan, do you know if we have bill of lading number in Prism?
Well, we don't have it in TUI. We're using the batch number. But
and they don't use it in Prism because they were talking about providing maybe a packing slip number to give you a number.
Yeah, I'd be very cool. There might be some database level thing, because in a way, this thing we're using from TUI is sort of a database level number that we just happen to see. They might have something under the hood, but there's nothing that I'm aware of on the surface. All of this concept is like significantly more complex than what any of the existing systems do. Like the existing systems are comfortable with the idea that I've got a transfer number, a from branch, and a to branch, and a SKU, and that's enough. Like it doesn't have all these objects about a shipment and then it's the shipment that gets receipted, you know, like those. I very much doubt that's how Prism thinks about it. So
then I'll talk to Tony Ward because we'll need BOL number from Prism.
I think the advantage you might have with Prism though is that transfers might be simpler and you actually might be able to just use the transfer number itself
as
like,
BOL number.
It might not, because the whole reason we have this, one of the major reasons we have this complexity is that transfers can be distributed across multiple shipments in TUI. So you can have a transfer for 10 things that gets shipped in several chunks. That might not be true in Prism. If a transfer always has to be shipped in one big bang shipment, then you can probably just use the transfer number. But that's what you'll need to find out from them.
Because in TUI, it's only automated DCs that can do that. So Prism probably doesn't have an automated DC with the WMS or TOLIS, do they?
No, but it doesn't mean to say that their DCs can't do that necessarily.
Okay, I'll talk to Tony Ward on this.
Oh, well, I feel like we're a lot closer. Yep. So I'm happy with what our integration needs to do, and yeah, and we've managed to, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll clarify with the data team to
Yeah, on this
understand what was discussed. Yep.
Cool.
Cool. We had
So
one more thing to discuss, right?
Yes,
Say that on this page, Prism has mapped the bill of lading identifier to 2 fields if you're wanting to see what they're doing for transfer shipment.
So they're going to build something up out of 2 fields.
Yeah, the transfer order identifier plus the date.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
I think their numbers are a lot smaller, aren't they? Do they rotate round or something?
Their transfer
Those-
numbers are reasonably long. They're a lot like ours.
Yeah, they're
They're all-
9.
Yeah, the order numbers are shorter. They don't use the same pool of numbers for transfers and orders. They're completely different things.
I don't think they do even do transfer orders.
Hey, Mitt, do you want to do a similar meeting with
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
and have Manish and the integration guys on the call, similar to what we've just done here? So everyone's aligned. I think that's probably not a bad idea on the Prism side as well.
Yep,
Yeah, I think it's a
that's a
good
good
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, are you guys free tomorrow, same time?
I don't know, Julie and Marie, I don't know if you need, I don't know if you need to be
No.
involved. No.
No, we have enough fun with TUI.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kylie, we've got that PO brainstorming thing from Virginia until 12 tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
Hey, can we start on that ASM thing? That's okay.
Yeah, we can sort something out, but I think you should do the same for Prism, yeah?
Yep.
So who wants to? Okay,
So
let me
Mitt probably doesn't need to hang on for the ASN, does he? If he wants to go.
Probably not now, because that's more on the
Receipt side.
aggregation side. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's needed for that migration. I'll excuse myself then. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks.
That's fine. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
The application, and there is a transportation. Let me just. So do you want to give a brief, Kylie, or I did share the meeting recording with Julie and Marie.
Sorry,
had
I
a
didn't have a
chance.
chance to watch
We
it.
haven't had a chance to view it.
Yeah, but we still haven't got the information from Mondial, so what
Okay.
am I doing?
Dancing for us.
Oh,
Kylie, go
Marie,
Kylie.
Jesus. You don't want to see that, I can tell you.
Oh, come
Okay.
on.
You never turn your camera on, Kylie. We don't know what you're up to there.
Yeah, you'll be dancing in the background. Get your
Oh.
steps in.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what are we going to are we going to go through this, Manish? Is that what you want?
Yeah. So let's start with the customs number, or do we want to update this? We got 2 fields here. One is a customs number and one is a bill number. Okay, and we do not have those ones on the ASN here.
Yeah, so the customs job number is going to be needed. However we get it, I'm not sure. And I think that's still a conversation that we're just trying to work out at what level. That's right, hey Vinod, because
Yeah. So as per our current design, it's at an order header level. I don't think that's correct, because for same order, if it is split into multiple shipments, we'll end up having, So I think there is an action with Tony to clarify what exactly he's going to do with the custom job number, right? What reconciliation. Yeah. So we were thinking of doing at order line level, but again, we are not sure.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that at the moment, Vinod. Okay, until
Yeah, we need a bit more clarity on the custom job number.
Or shall I just remove it for now?
No, don't take
if
it.
you remove
No.
it, then we'll.
In the absence of clarity from Tony, surely what Vinod just said there, which is put it at the line level, is the one that gives you the most options in the future, right? So why don't you just do that?
Okay, 1 second.
So, Julie, just a random question. When we do stuff like this, right, that TUI doesn't need, but we get from Mondial, what's that going to do to TUI?
Well, I mean, we're not currently getting it from Mondial, so we can't pass it across in our ASN or transportation. But are they going to be adding something at their end to send it to us?
Well, that's the hope. So if they do that, but you won't necessarily have a field in TUI, does that matter? As long as it's in the file from Mondial?
No, we have to add it to our database and store it so it can then go across.
Because you're about, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay, so we don't have, bill number, we don't have the bill number on the ASN, which is
So
what.
we talking about the master bill number or the
Correct,
bill
yeah.
number?
Yeah, master bill.
Okay.
I'm calling it as bill number, or shall I update it as master bill number?
I think it should be master bill number. I don't know, Vinod, what do you think? Because to me, that's what it's referred to, isn't it?
But again, we don't have enough clarity on the BCN thingy, right, Kylie? So so if BCN is consolidated, like based on what I heard from Mondial in the last meeting, BCN is something where they'll put multiple shipments together and then it will generate one master bill number, right? In that case, I'm not sure how we'll have that in the ASN itself. So that's why I'm waiting for them to send some examples so that we are clear on what level it is coming.
But I thought that the master bill number is created regardless because that's the one that seems to be in all the shippers' documents. So even if they're not BCNs.
Okay. So, what you're saying is it is at a shipment level, right?
Yeah.
So for it, Yeah, I think, Manish, we can update it as master bill number, and then once we have the examples from Mondial, we can confirm.
Okay. So we will need the same master bill number on the ASN as well, correct?
Yeah, that's how we are going to link the obligation with ASN, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I just share something quickly?
Yeah, sure. Stop. Yeah.
So my understanding when Richard Vinod, it was these numbers which appeared to be the master bill numbers when they were looking the other day, and these. So if I look at what shipping have gone and done, so for that line contains all those PO numbers.
Okay.
So and it's got those containers. So on that master bill number for that location, all these containers were shipped.
Okay.
And then, so I mean, those shipping statements are horrible from Ocean Network, but for what do you call these fellas? A&L. Again, this number, that AVA, because this is the order I got them to check. This one.
Okay, the first
Again,
one. Okay.
yeah. So this master bill number sits across that shipment for that PO and that shipment for that PO, and we're getting like the invoices, and that's the invoice numbers. The 886 is for the US dollar freight components, and then it swaps to a different bill number. And then obviously the containers that it belongs to, the containers.
Okay.
That was what I understood on Friday, was that this number was what appeared to be in Mondial's system, and what got passed to the shipper was as the master bill number. And that's what we are getting on our freight invoices, but on our cartage invoices, it's all by container.
Okay.
I saw on one of the STMs it said that the customs number or whatever was mandatory. Um,
That's been updated.
It's not
Like-
mandatory anymore.
Is that right, Manish?
Sorry, what was that?
Customs job number?
Yep.
Isn't that one where it was we
We have
decided
that
it
on the
wasn't?
purchase order.
And it's not mandatory?
It's not mandatory, no. So we
Okay.
only added that later on. And I don't know if we have a place in ORI, it may just go into the user
It's a
defined-
custom flex. Yeah, it's a custom flex attribute. So as I said, we might need to change that from the header to line, right? Because we don't have a custom flex attribute at a shipment level. So based on our previous discussion, we added at a header level. Yeah, discussion with Tony. Yeah. So once we have more clarity, we might have to change it to line level. It's again not a base attribute, it's just a custom flex attribute.
So while we're talking about ASNs and transportations, I was just sort of reading on the transportation page, and there was a proof of concept page that talked about the key to transportation being vessel, voyage, and estimated departure date.
That was a case before, Julie, when we done the reconciliation based on the vessel voyage and departure date. But I think that may or may not change.
Yeah, just from the perspective that, like, the transportation STM has got, those values obviously, but also like a container ref, but it's probable that transportation of vessel voyage departure date is going to have lots of containers, and those containers have lots of orders. I was just trying to see how that fits in with the STM.
With the STM, okay.
I thought
so
we
the
changed
STM
that, Manish. Sorry, I thought we changed it to not be at vessel voyage now.
It's not yet confirmed. Kali. So I think that was just waiting on the decision. That thing, TRBB.
So the obligation level is what we changed. So obligation level, as per what we discussed earlier, it was planned to be done at transportation vessel via GDD, which will be changed to shipment level. But one thing is, we still need to see the examples from Mondial. Maybe BCN we might have to create at a transportation level, but yeah, we're not sure. But all the other obligations, the one which Kylie was showing before, those will be at a shipment level, not at a transportation
So
level.
do we have which one will that be from this list?
So that it's not in this list, Manish. So I had asked team to update this page. Oh, this is your page, is it? Okay.
This is my
SDM page. Okay, I'll give you the list of values.
Okay, so do we now? Okay, so let's start with the first one first. Okay, so we just added that field. Okay, and Julie and Marie, should we just not update the SDM and JSON now? Okay, and we just added this because this will not be passed by Mondial yet. Okay.
Okay, it'll be a future.
Like at some point, once we have the answers from them, once Kali and Virginia confirmed, then we need to talk to Mondial that can you pass that, and I think they need to add that field.
Yeah, and then we need to decide where we are going to map it in ORI so that when the freight invoice comes in, it knows which ASN to link it to, right?
So in the current situation, Kali, we do not change the current status of ASN. Correct? At the moment. Or otherwise there may be extra work, and we do that everything together once everything is confirmed.
I'm not sure I'm following, Manish.
Okay, so we just added this field, but this we will not send it to the governance for the approval, this particular field. Okay, I can make sure that that's just defined here, that this is not the,
Aren't we better to get it approved and in the SDEM, and then if we don't use it, don't use it, versus don't get it
Okay.
approved and then we have to go back through 50 million?
okay, that's one
I don't
thing.
know. I mean, I don't like. I'm not really part of this process, so I don't, is that
So
how
this
we
is
do
a
it?
so this is a mandatory field.
It is not. It is not.
Okay, yeah, it's
It's
easy.
not.
Do you want me
Yeah.
to do it? I'll update the
Okay,
ER
yeah.
diagram and do all that if you want. I don't mind.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
you
it
give me a
seems-
can you give me some sample data, because they won't approve it without that.
So do you
Yeah.
want those invoices,
Yes, please.
or do you need ASN stuff?
I just need a sample data number to chuck in that field that's missing a gap.
Oh,
That's
For the
all. I
bill.
need one number. Pick it
in,
in.
in this chat, that will be okay. That's it.
Yeah. Just pick a number so I could chuck it in there.
Because it
And I'll
looked to
do
be
that.
alphanumeric.
Yeah. I think that's what they always are. Hold on, I'm having a problem with my laptop, with my screen. Sorry.
Okay. So
Bloody
that's
hell,
that.
I'll ask us for one number, Connie.
I know, and I can't even do that.
So Vinod,
Oh my
so-
God. Sorry. Keep going, Manish.
sorry, Carly. I'm just looking at the time. Then we have the transportation. Vinod, do we need to go through transportation and shipping obligation again?
So there are
Sounds
no
like it.
changes to the transportation, right? So transportation will remain as it is. The only change is we, Oracle Retail, will not be using transportation to find out the items, right? Say,
Okay.
for example, when I get an obligation for $1,000,
Yeah.
Oracle Retail is not going to look at the transportation, but transportation should still there in the system.
So do you think, Vinod, that we should add that custom flex field on the transportation as well? The
custom
master
job.
bill.
I don't think we have CFA at transportation level. We can see if there is any other attribute that we can use to
Okay.
map the master bill number.
So
Yeah,
are the
let
lines
me-
order lines going to stay on the transportation? We're going to remove them.
So do we not need those ones, Vinod?
From a transportation perspective, we still need it, though we are not going to use that for ALC calculation, but the system, those are mandatory in the transportation API or the batch file.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so transportation as such is not going to change. It will still need what all it requires. But previously we were planning to make the vessel voyage EDD as a unique value, and then based on that we were planning to fetch the item. Yeah, that's what is changing. But
And I
transport,
think
what
the EDD can change.
you mean
Yeah,
to say
it
once
should be
it
able
is
to, because estimated departure date could change because there might be a hold up on their end, so they can go in and change that. So they might say, oh yeah, we can do it next week, but no, this whole.
But the voyage ID gives you the uniqueness anyway. Oh, no, it doesn't, does it?
No,
Oh.
the voyage ID can have multiple shipments as well.
Multiple departures. So we're not sending transportation until it gets a status of SH
yeah.
and TUI, and
I think it's the same case for
by
the
then
ASN,
it's probably
Julie.
locked in.
But is Julie, I think
Yeah,
will
it should be
the
because it's
case
shipped.
for ASN as well. So you will only send us when it's SH, both of them.
SH. So that estimated departure date shouldn't change.
Yeah,
I
at
mean,
that
even if it
stage.
changes, there is a modification possible for transportation. So that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you cannot change it near to the receipt. But again, yeah. It even the change, if at all it is changing, it will change only as part of CH, right, Julie? It won't change after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We probably need to maybe put some more rules into our manual form, onto our TUI form, where they can enter this data as well. We might need to maybe not allow them to change that afterwards. Just, yeah. Because we know that Mondial's not going to do that, but yeah, need to make sure the users can't do it manually.
Okay, so Vinod, to confirm if
master bill number can be part of transportation. So the reason why you're asking is just to, if at all we need any kind of reconciliation in the system,
something
right?
like that, Vinod,
Okay.
like this will become, like a connection between ASN and the obligation.
Not really. ASN, we have the master bill number, right?
Yes, but that's what like the between the transportation with ASN and the
Okay,
obligation.
all the three. Okay.
All three. Okay, so that's that. Now,
ASN is off for reapproval. I've done it.
Okay, thank you. So the the transportation and shipping obligation. Do we want to do one more round of review of these ones and we send these ones to governance and start working on these ones? Although there will be some changes, like there will be changes required, but
when
sorry,
when are these changes?
Probably in a week or 2 weeks time.
Why not delay it? We've got plenty of work. Because I'm going, how many changes are going to come through? That's probably my next question. If it's like one field, do it now. If it's 3 or 4 fields and structure, rather delay it, to be honest.
I don't know.
Okay,
actually.
I tell you what.
If you don't know, then I'm really not.
Yeah. Okay. So how about
just increasing the traffic through data governance?
Yeah. So TUI does not, let's just say TUI does not need to do the development for this one now, but we got a team just waiting on this one. I want some JSON to be extracted, the other processes to be started. At least we get the first cut, even though the second cut is it's different. That will still be fine.
Other teams are wanting what? The shipping obligation. Yeah, we don't care about the shipping obligation because we've got nothing to do with it. I'm just talking about transportation. You can do what you like with shipping obligation. Go for gold, dude.
Okay. Yeah, for the transportation. Okay, so transportation. So Kali and Vinod confirmed that there may not be many changes. And what I can do is, for the provision perspective, we add the master bill number onto this one as well, Vinod. And if not needed, we will remove it.
Okay.
So just so I'm clear, what are you suggesting you're doing? So you're going to push the obligation through without us as it is, even though we know that we're still going to get some stuff from Mondial.
Correct.
I think we're okay with ASN and transportation to be fine.
ASN's just gone through for approval because it was just that master bill number, correct?
Yeah,
Easy. I've done that. Transportation, we're saying delay because there is a number of changes. If the same cases with shipping obligation, I advise you talk to the Prism guys about how you wish to progress with that, because that's their world. Shipping
the obligation's got nothing to do with them. It's just
it's not nothing to do with us. So you guys can just have a party.
Okay. But we know for transportation, how many changes are you expecting?
So transportation, I'm not expecting any major changes, Manish. It's mainly the obligation that we are not clear, right? Yeah. So transportation with our obligation level change to ASN, transportation is not going to play any key role, right, for us, because system needs a transportation record. That's why we're going to create it.
Cool. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's why Julie and Marie, that I I'm not expecting many changes on this one as well. So let's just get the JSON approved, get the guys working on this, and then
You haven't
because
even got this SDM approved.
that's what I'm saying. We
So
need
you
the
can't-
SDM approval and then the JSON to be, you know the pain that how long it takes to get these things.
Yeah, but the reason for that is the amount of rework we keep sending through to them. We're creating the volume.
But the problem, like what you are not saying is that that unless we we have those things ready, we start using them, we just don't see other missing bits and pieces. Marie, if you try to make things perfect, then yeah, I don't think so it will work out well.
You know there's changes, so this is not about perfection. This is about a process, and maybe we can have this discussion, not in this forum, please.
Yeah.
Because
So Vinod said there wasn't going to be many changes on this.
Yes.
Yeah, but how many is many?
Many, yeah.
You know, it's just well, no, it's vague. You guys don't know yet. If you give me a number.
So
Well,
honestly, I'm not expecting any changes in transportation at the moment, right? So it's mainly the obligation that we are not very clear on. So if at all, like the way Manish mentioned, right, whether we can accommodate master bill number just for reconciliation, those are the minor changes that we are expecting. Otherwise, transportation structure as it is going to be the same, because system just needs a transportation record for ALC finalization. So we have to create it. It's not going to play a key role now.
So you're saying master bill number is the only thing we need to add to this SDM?
I don't think anyone should commit to that, but at this point, that was the big call out from the meeting on Friday, was that we definitely seem to need master bill number, that so we can have that when we get to the obligation level. That was my take out of the meeting from Friday.
Okay, so when do you think you guys can confirm this?
We're waiting for some information from Mondial, Marie. So what we wanted is, because we started to hear about a different way of shipping. So instead of just FCL and LCL, we also heard about what they deem as a BCN, which I think is really just us filling a container of our own POs and not a true LCL. So what they're trying to do is get together all the documents. So like the ASNs, and everything they pass, or everything they put together, so then we can track back and make sure that we've got all the parts for all the different types of shipment. So I mean, I'm hoping they'll send it through this week.
But I Monday, then Manish, and we can review this,
because I think it's still the obligation that's the actual problem.
Actual issue,
It's what we're getting as the freight invoices and all of that seems to be the one that is the sticking point from what I can see. That probably doesn't give you any comfort, Marie. Sorry.
Let's discuss this one outside, Marie. Okay.
Yep, I think so.
Okay, thanks for sending this one through. So cool. Okay.
Yeah, you just need to refresh the page.
Okay, cool. Thanks very much. Anything else?
Nothing from me.
So did you get all your questions answered, Julie? You really clear?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep. And we don't have to do any changes to the data migration. Even better. Hey, Aaron, if he's still there. He might have dropped off.
Oh, I think he ran away.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was even, Julie and Mary, I was even planning to have, the end-to-end for two transaction, purchase and the transfer order till purchase order, ASN, then purchase receipt, and then the transfer order, transfer shipment, and the transfer receipt with you guys manually, not end-to-end from TUI, but we manually use the data and use the SOAP UI calls, just push through the data in ORI and see, do those things make sense and do those numbers make sense?
So what do you
just have a half an hour or an hour session and we have the data ready, and we just validate, okay, do you have this number and this number?
Can you please arrange a meeting to discuss this so we
yeah.
can schedule this? Because
Yeah.
we're really under the pump, dude. And don't be just throwing us new stuff to say, hi, this is only going to take, because every time we hear that, it's like 5 or 6 hours of our time.
Okay.
Okay, babe?
And it's just a proactive thing that I wanted to do.
That's fine, but yeah, can we schedule and do it properly, mate? We can't do this, or we just want to do this.
No, not now. Not now.
Thank you. Cool. We'll plan it. Cunning plan. Put a freaking tail on it and call it a weasel. Blackadder fans.
All right. Nothing from me. Thanks all.
Okay, thanks everyone.
No worries.
Lunch now.
And then we'll see you on the PO meeting later, Julie and Marie and whoever else from Jade.
Yep. I've forwarded it to Aaron as well. So
yeah, we really need to just nut out how we're gonna cut over and bring things in.
Yep. Cool.
Awesome. Thanks guys.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye, Bernard.
Bye.